Hello and welcome to this session. Today we are speaking with Mr. Jatin Kumar, who's the founder of Property, India's largest real estate company in C2C sales with $1 billion in gross transaction value. He raised $3 billion for the state of Andhra Pradesh as a pro bono advisor. He was appreciated by the said business school, Oxford University, for venture capital and management consulting expertise and awarded by the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. He was a joint venture partner with FRPL, promoter family company of ex-CMD NTPC. NTPC is India's largest energy company with $100 billion market cap. NBCC and ex-CEO of Adani Group. He is the founder of SSVG, which is a construction company with deep tech spine with clientele including government agencies, listed companies, and unicorn. He's the winner of a national award for Best Emerging Company. He is also the chief business officer of Millennium Group, promoter family company of India Bulls Limited, and he is the ex-co-founder and CEO of gyanshetra.com. He has an illustrious education and recognition from Harvard Business School, Yale School of Management, Indian Institute of Management, and Delhi College of Engineering. Jatin, thank you so much for speaking to us, and it's a pleasure to have you today.
Likewise, Nidhi.
Okay, first, please tell us about your growing up years. What was it like growing up?
Growing actually is a very, you can say, is a painful process, but yes, it has upsides too. But you grow every day. So, like every entrepreneur story, same is mine. So, apart from what you told your audience, I'm basically an entrepreneur by blood. So, growth is actually a byproduct of your hard work and uh, the solution to the problem that you're trying to solve.
Real estate after MBA is a very offbeat career choice, right? Which is why we are having this conversation. Why
Yes.
did you choose real estate?
Actually, it was I made up my mind during my engineering days. Uh, I know I am a salesman at heart, and I know I'm going to do business after my education. So I thought, ki, what business should I do? And I know, the business I had, being a kid, I had the, you can say, the dreams to achieve the stars. So I thought, ki, I have to, jo bhi karna hai, mere ko, I have to maximize the potential or the market size. जो भी मैं करूं तो whatever I'll do, I'll have to uh, what I'm getting or what the revenue I'm generating in a month, that I have to maximize. For example, I thought कि क्या कर सकते हैं. I had 2-3 options. One was, for example, if you are selling iPhones, right? So iPhones generally were selling around 1 lakh rupees a piece. For example, you get like 10% margin, although they are, as a dealership you don't get 10% margin. But for example, let's say you get 10% margin on selling one phone. So you get 10,000 rupees a piece, right? So how many iPhones you can sell in a month? That is a question mark, right? For example, I sell like 50 phones. So I make around 5 lakh rupees. And selling 50 phones is a tough task for a shop, right? सेकेंड आई थॉट कि इफ इससे ऊपर जाना है, इससे ऊपर की अगर वो रखनी है पर SKU वैल्यू, स्मॉलेस्ट unit sale. So I thought I should open a jewelry shop because the per unit sale is higher than electronics in this category. So I thought why not open a jewelry shop. So I thought कि उसमें भी ये है कि आप 5 lakh 10 lakh rupees, yeah, 1 lakh 2 lakh rupees a week you make. So in a month you make like 7 8 10 lakh rupees. That is, I'm all taking optimistic numbers, although you will, realistic number will be very far from these. मैंने कहा अगर इससे भी ऊपर जाना तो क्या करना है, इससे भी ऊपर कुछ होता है क्या? So few of my friends were actually real estate developers, small time real estate developers, property dealers and छोटा मोटा ठेकेदार and जिन्होंने कुछ property dealers और जो builder floors वगैरह बना के बेचते हैं. So I saw कि भाई यार these people are actually rolling in expensive cars and having fancy homes. So what are they doing and how are they doing? So I realized if I sell like a normal home in Delhi just cost you around 1 crore, and any sale is 1 crore, and if you just help as a broker, as a consultant, you just make 2% out of it, or even 1% out of it. It's 1 or 2 lakh rupees for doing basically one transaction. And how do I maximize this? I have to multiply this. So even if I get into the product making category, like as a building, then I can make 1 crore rupees in one product, which is non-comparable to any category. And if I help them just sell as a consultant, as a broker, which I was doing for iPhone, so I'm making much more, multiple exponential times than any electronics item. So that is how, and the market was pretty big. If you find a person who is having a 10 crore rupees of annual turnover in real estate or construction, he is not considered a big player. He's rather in a very very small category. So the market is pretty big. The big players are they are actually moving the country, because 6% of GDP of this country, which is like the fifth largest economy in India world, is supported by real estate. So you can imagine the amount, the capital, the amount of capital involved in this industry. So that this lure for capital, or the size of the sector uh, made me or propelled me to this field. Because even if I fail, even if I know I'll do something. आज लगे रहो, चाहे आज नहीं, दो नहीं, 4 साल बाद, 5 साल बाद, कुछ ना कुछ तो करेंगे इस फील्ड में, अगर अपना किया तो even if I do not become the DLF of the country, I'll become a small level player, but it will be much bigger than you. It is said in business, try. Uh, I, I I was ready to become a smaller fish in a larger pond, where बजाय कि becoming a shark in a water tank. So that this was the main reason to choose real estate.
So very well thought out process, Jatin. So kudos for that. And what was the response of your friends and family when you chose this career option?
See, जब भी आप कोई बिजनेस करने जाते हैं इंडिया में, तो फर्स्ट रिएक्शन ऑफ द फ्रेंड्स एंड फैमिली was कि तुमसे नहीं होगा. अब being coming from a normal middle class family,
Right.
so everybody is a naysayer, and because I got a job, government job,
Okay.
from ONGC during my college days. I
Okay.
got I got a campus placement from ONGC, which was paying me around 16 lakh as a CTC.
Oh, very
Uh,
nice. Acha.
so and I flunked the interview of BHEL, although I was getting, but I flunked it. I
Okay.
said I don't want it. तो obviously friends and family said कि भाई ये क्या कर दिया, सरकारी जॉब के पीछे तो दुनिया पागल है. And ONGC was like, ONGC is a very good paymaster, and Maharatna company, and the higher you climb the rungs in uh, that company, the more powerful you become. And the life is pretty good. You work on a sea rig, and helicopter picks you up and drops you down. Right. So I didn't took it, and even after uh, completing my IMs, so I was the only one to opt out of the placement procedure.
Okay.
I was the only one in my whole batch who did not opted for placement, although I was getting a placement from Dan Baxi.
Okay.
And that time in 2013, like 10 years ago, I was getting a CTC of 36,
Wow.
right? And again, the same response. कुछ कर लो, अब इसमें मतलब 36, like 10 years ago was a big deal,
Yeah, yeah.
right? And even today is a decent deal.
Hmm. It is a
Right?
very, very good amount to turn down.
10 years ago, though, it was pretty big thing.
Hmm.
And I said, I don't want it. All my projects, all my, live projects, internship was actually focused on real estate, how to open a real estate company. How, if I'm going to all my marketing, I did my major in sales and marketing, all my, case studies and everything I chose focused on real estate and construction. So I was very clear कि मेरे को क्या करना
How
है.
are you?
हाँ, रिगार्डलेस कि मेरे को जो भी एक डिस्ट्रैक्शंस आते हैं, पेरेंट्स का ऑब्वियसली यही था कि भाई बिजनेस का एक तो वेवी कर्व है. Today you are up, you might feel very happy, but tomorrow you will be going down, and it is bound to happen. It happens in life also. Today you are happy, tomorrow you will be sad. It is law of nature, right? तो कि आज आज अच्छे दिन है, कल बुरे दिन तो आएंगे, लेकिन आज बुरे दिन और कल अच्छे दिन भी आएंगे. ये साइकिल चलती रहती है. बट एक सेंस ऑफ
Hmm.
सिक्योरिटी होती है गवर्नमेंट जॉब में कि अगर आप अच्छे टाइम पे ऊपर जा रहे हो लेकिन बुरे टाइम में इतना नीचे नहीं जाओगे.
Hmm. Hmm.
Right? एक सेंस ऑफ सिक्योरिटी रहती है, पे आफ्टर आफ्टर रिटायरमेंट यू आर टेकन केयर ऑफ. सो
Right.
तो ऑब्वियसली सम प्रेशर तो था ही फ्रॉम फैमिली.
Hmm.
सम फ्रेंड्स आल्सो एडवाइस कि भाई अगर if it is too risky, because real estate is kind of industry where if you are not a kid of a person who at least have 100 crores, you should not enter. At least in this, which the harsher reality of major business houses, right? So you can do a job. You can do a job in real estate or construction, but you should not, try and dare open a company or a startup, uh, right? So that is why, because you need huge capital. As I already told, a small real estate project is equivalent to an MSME industry itself, right? So, and that is for a few years, and you have to build and leave after 2-3 years of that project, and you have to start an MSME industry altogether again. The margin of failure is almost zero. You do one mistake and you're done, right? So yes, the reservation was there, but you can say the uh, kind of grit that I had in joining the real estate industry made me, uh, you can say, travel here.
Very nice. And what were some of the obstacles you crossed on this path, and what was a blessing? What worked out really well?
Uh, you can say obstacles are part of life.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, uh, obstacle, I believe in business you see obstacle every day, and after a while, if you ask any successful businessman, any successful business person, they will say कि they are not demotivated by obstacles.
Mm-hmm.
They became a obstacle, they're part of life, and they learn from them. वो तो आते ही रहेंगे. मतलब if you see and get demotivated from obstacles, you'll probably uh, not able to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
It would be better कि आप कुछ और ही करिए. So the I believe the biggest quality of any entrepreneur or even a happy human is to not get demotivated by obstacles.
True.
Is to make them a part of your life, invite them, because they are the ones who actually teaches you something. Good days never teaches you anything.
Mm.
Obstacle teaches you a lot of things,
True.
right? And blessings was few of my friends were actually in this industry, who actually showed me, you can say, oriented me to this industry, and with those people's help, actually I actually started the started to learn the business from the ground up. Had they not been there, it would have been again. I would have spent a few decades or so in learning the business and starting a company. Whereas because they were actually they were having their own business, I actually joined them at a very early stage of my career. And
Okay.
because they saw my curiosity that this person actually wants to learn and does not want anything in return. I actually do not wanted even salary, right? It was a kind of an unpaid internship kind of thing to learn the business after you doing DC and IM sort of education, right? So they saw कि भाई इसको रिटर्न में कुछ नहीं चाहिए and he just wants to learn and they actually thought कि ये कुछ कर भी नहीं पाएगा क्योंकि सीख भी लेगा तो उसके पैसे
Mm-hmm.
कुछ खोलने के कुछ कंपनी स्टार्ट करने के या कोई प्रोजेक्ट डालने के पैसे भी नहीं है तो क्या
Mm-hmm.
इट्स अ नो ब्रेनर एंड दे आर गेटिंग अ फ्री लेबर so it was a win-win for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that was blessing, but they were good on their part to allow me to learn, and
Mm-hmm.
I feel that as a blessing. And you just remember, you read in retrospect, you only see the landmark achievements. You don't see the day in and day out struggle. So I feel if you connect the dots, you will see only growth.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see the the decline that a person faces kind of every day. And after like 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, you touch a landmark or milestone which
Mm-hmm.
catapults you to a height. So yes, God has been kind. So that I count that as a blessing.
Jatin, how old were you when you did this analysis of Apple iPhone versus jewelry versus real estate and chose real estate?
I was just a school pass out rather. I was in first year of college. So I just cleared my school and just entered college.
You must have been
So
8 years old when you ran through this entire analysis.
हाँ because I wanted बचपन से ही सुनते आ रहे थे कि यार वो 50 सेंट का वो एक कोट था कि यू आर born poor, it is not your fault, but if you die poor, it is your fault.
That's truly inspirational, really inspirational.
Right.
So, tell me, what kind of person would be happiest doing what you do or entering even the real estate as an industry? What kind of person would be great here?
See, I would not suggest ki this industry as a per se, but yes, to start any business, you have to first say कि भाई आपको एक ढीठ इंसान बनना है. पहली बात तो ढीठ का मतलब you never take you know lose as a personal loss.
Mm-hmm.
अगर आप हार गए तो वो चलेगा, लेकिन आप अगर आप खुद से हार गए ना, मतलब इफ यू बिलीव मे बी आर द गुड डेज और बैड डेज, सो यू
Mm-hmm.
डोंट कंसीडर बैड डे एज योर फाइनल डे. ऐसे मतलब स्कूल में कोई होते हैं तो ये 10th बोर्ड्स एंड 12th बोर्ड्स हमें गोल पोस्ट चेंजेस. जब हम
Mm-hmm.
छोटे थे, जब हम स्कूल में थे तो आर ओनली अचीवमेंट यू नो द लाइफ्स ओनली बिगेस्ट एम वाज टू क्लियर आर टर्म एग्जाम और फाइनल जो हमारा फाइनल एग्जाम होता है वो
Mm-hmm.
क्लियर करना, और उसमें एक सर्टेन परसेंटेज अकॉर्डिंग अकॉर्डिंग टू ईयर में जो भी आप सोच रहे हो कि भाई मेरे को इतना परसेंटेज लाना है. फिर उसके बाद एक बोर्ड आया था कि भाई अब तो बोर्ड निकल जाए बस, उसके बाद लाइफ सेट है, उसके बोर्ड तक की मेहनत है. फिर
Mm-hmm.
कॉलेज आता है तो इन रेट्रोस्पेक्ट इफ यू सी टुडे, for example, if I ask you, so how serious you will consider your 10th board today? Not at all serious, but it was a life and death situation then,
Okay.
है ना? If it was a life and death situation that day कि भाई मेरा बोर्ड अगर नहीं निकला तो मेरी लाइफ आगे बर्बाद है.
True, true, true.
ठीक है ना? बट आज आप देखोगे तो हाउ सीरियस डू यू थिंक कि भाई आप सोचोगे अरे यार बच्चे थे बचपन में ऐसा बोल देते थे.
Mm-hmm.
Life doesn't end on a particular loss. Even if you fail, a lot of people I see uh, who are actually not even high school graduates. They are not even 12th pass and they are billionaires, at
Mm-hmm.
least in the industry. And
Right.
they have people who are Harvard graduates and IM graduates, IIT graduates working for them, and they don't उनको मूवी लगाते हैं क्योंकि दोनों को एक दूसरे की बातें समझ नहीं आएगी.
हम्म.
राइट? क्योंकि उनको आईआईटी वाली बातें समझ जाएंगी, आईआईटी वाले को उनकी बातें समझ नहीं आएंगी, बट दे ही इज पेइंग हिज सैलरी।
ट्रू.
तो वो अपने बॉस को बताता है हु इज एक्चुअली बाइलिंगुअल काइंड ऑफ थिंग, कि जो थोड़ी एक रूडिमेंट्री लैंग्वेज और एक थोड़ी टेक्निकल लैंग्वेज में बात करके इन सिंपल टर्म्स ही कैन एक्सप्लेन इट टू हिज ओनर।
ट्रू. ट्रू.
राइट? सो ऐसा नहीं है कि आप कुछ भी कहीं पे भी अगर बिजनेस करने के लिए ना, कि आज की हार फाइनल हार नहीं है। Losing a fight doesn't mean losing a battle doesn't mean you lost the war, right? So you never have to take your loss in a battle personally. Always stand up, learn, make mistakes, make more mistakes, learn from your mistakes, and go again at it. It is a lifelong process. आप ये सोचो कि भाई मेरे को ये करना है, पीपल ऑलवेज यूज द कोट कि भाई what is the one thing that keeps you awake at night, right? So what is your passion, what keeps you awake at night?
Okay.
So I believe this is the most illogical quote ever, because what keeps you awake at night, that means it is giving you stress,
Right. Huh.
right? It is keeping you awake because you are tensed.
Right.
And what your passion is something which you like to do when you get up in the morning.
That's a wonderful perspective.
राइट? कि जो आपको बस मोटिवेट करना है कि आज यार करने में मजा आएगा, नॉट बिकॉज कि आप कोई बिजनेस में जा रहे हो, कोई जॉब करने जा रहे हो ना, तो नॉट बिकॉज
Hmm.
आपको जाना है आज क्योंकि मेरी ड्यूटी है।
Hmm.
Like it, you love it, you love doing this. I have so many examples of this. The people who are in any field, you take it any
Hmm.
field, Mr. Ratan
Hmm.
Tata or any person, मुकेश अंबानी के पास कितना पैसा है? वो आज से 20 साल पहले भी रिटायर हो सकता था। रिलायंस उसको स्टार्ट करने की जरूरत नहीं थी। ही हैड हेरिडिटरी, सो मच ऑफ हेरिडिटरी मनी,
Hmm.
राइट? एंड इवन हिज किड्स, वो उनको कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं है। फॉर द नेक्स्ट 10 जनरेशन दे डोंट हैव टू लिफ्ट अ पेन to do anything, or to and their life will be very luxurious, but they do it because out of their passion, they like it. And if you know, people will look at Adani or Ambani, I have met both people. They are awesome people and extremely hardworking people. Extremely hardworking people. They do it because they like it. They have a passion about it, a passion about their work. तो आप चाहे कुछ भी करो, लेकिन अगर उसको आपको करने के वो जिद है ना कि भाई मेरे को चाहे उस चीज के पैसे नहीं मिल रहे, वो काम करो जिस चीज को अगर आपको फ्री में भी करना पड़े तब भी आप खुशी से करो, तभी आप उसको somebody will pay you to do that work.
So,
Your voice is breaking. I'm sorry.
so, so you have given mentioned problem. Okay. So we will come to the last question. What do you consider your greatest achievement?
Do I consider my greatest achievement? I believe I have seen, so many facets of human nature uh, that I believe doing a job would not have, gave me so given me had given me so much of exposure towards the human nature. See, being a business, you see very raw uh, nature of humanity, uh, and very truthful nature of humanity. When we are doing a job, see, you are actually not dealing. You're dealing for a very small process of the whole entire food chain, or you can say process chain or value chain, right? There are probably like 1,000 people in the company, and you are doing a very small part of it. So you are not aware of the whole story, right? When you are doing a business, you are doing a business, maybe regardless of how small or how big it is. You are exposed to all the facets of the industry, of the value chain, and the human nature. आपको अपनी पेंट्री वाले के ये भी पता होना चाहिए कि भाई वो अगर दिन की कितनी कॉफी बना रहा है ना, तो लोग उसका क्या ओपिनियन है, जो कॉफी जो उसमें डिस्पेंसर होता है वहां का जो टॉक्स होती है वो, एंड फ्रॉम दैट टू अ बोर्ड रूम टॉक, एंड जो भी आपका कॉन्फ्रेंस रूम टॉक्स होती हैं जो आपके क्लाइंट से होती हैं. सो these are very very different level of nature of people which you interact, and you will realize ki at very core a person who probably is your sweeper, or a person to as a chairman, are not very different at its very core. Their expectations are same. They want to live a better life, peaceful life, calmer life, happy life, right? Nitty-gritties will be obviously different because exposure, because sweeper is a sweeper, uski jo surroundings hai, that surroundings had made him that person. To a chairman, a billionaire whose surroundings has made him that person, but at a very good, they both will be some uh, same at some level, right? So I consider my biggest achievement is I gets to observe and analyze the very raw nature of humanity, and which is, if once you understand the human mind, you can do pretty much anything if you understand it, right? Every day is a new day. Obviously, nobody is psychic, but regardless of how much world you have seen, how much people you met, every day is a new day. I cannot predict what will happen next hour.
True.
क्या होने वाला, I cannot predict. Not
True.
even Mukesh Ambani, not even Elon Musk.
Hmm.
Nobody can predict, regardless कि उन्होंने कितनी दुनिया देख ली.
Hmm.
But ये है कि वो दुनिया देख तो रहे हैं. That is what I consider myself as lucky कि मैं at least उस नेचर को कि जहाँ पे इंसान ब्रूटल हो जाए, जहाँ पे इंसान मतलब सी योर कि भाई मेरी ये डिमांड है, आई एम वेरी ट्रूथफुल टू दिस, मैं इसके लिए जो भी कर दूंगा और मेरे को ये बनाना है, ये इस तरीके की चीजें. व्हेन यू एनकाउंटर द रियल फेसेस, तो आई कंसिडर दैट एज अ opportunity, and I'll say to any person who's listening to this कि beyond पैसा जरूरी है, ऑब्वियसली पैसा कमाना ही चाहिए, इट इज अ फ्यूल फॉर लाइफ, बट अर्न पीपल ऑल्सो. Once you have a person, you have a friend for life, you have a support system for life, right? Who's truthful, who actually is a genuine well wisher for you. To earn that person is a very difficult task in today's world. And once you know all the uh, good secrets, dark secrets of that person, once you allow that person in your life and you understand that person, and जब आपने वो पर्सन कमा लिया, that person is never going to leave. So business, being an entrepreneur, give me that responsibility to have a real, I can tell you that people actually believes me, and I also believes them uh, in a lot of things, regardless of कि मैं क्या business कर रहा हूँ. I know अगर मैं ये रियल एस्टेट का बिजनेस नहीं भी करूंगा, फॉर एग्जांपल इफ आई वांट टू डू सम अदर काइंड ऑफ बिजनेस, तो वो मेरे को लोग उस चीज में भी सपोर्ट करेंगे, बट दैट टेक्स टाइम. So you have to invest yourself in those relationships, build relationships. Relationships make good relationships, make great businesses, right?
Now can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
Huh. And every answer you have given has been inspirational for me personally. I think that every child should hear this interview. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us.
It's a pleasure, Nidhi.
All right. Thank you.